I've been working on making this rose for my wife. Thinking about giving it to her for Christmas. None of this has been heated up in the forge yet. You take the flat plate like this, and then you go around. Yeah. Take the peen of a hammer, decent hammer, and you hold it with one hand, but then you hammer it all the way around with the other. And then you take the flat piece that you just hit with the peen of the hammer, and I put it on here, which I kind of have a little bit of a dent going in it, not much yet because this is the first one. I tried to, with the ball peen hammer, to pound it down. So you even know where I put it. Oh, right here, right behind it. So take the ball peen hammer, hold it, and do each pedal at a time, and then at the end I come in and hit the center. I'm gonna pound this one up. I don't really have no way to hold this camera to watch me do it. So I'm gonna pound this up and I'll show you what it looks like after. Now I'm heating up the stem, or what is going to be the stem. It's 3/8 inch bar. I'm gonna draw it out on the anvil. Want to heat her up nice and red. I got one of these cheap Vevor forges online. It was like 65 bucks. Can't go wrong there. I got the propane tank going to the musket. So I'm getting the stem done here. I just turned off the forge for a minute. I'm going to take a little break here. I got the stem getting close to where I want it. Got the petals slowly cooling down. There, I just finished pounding out the tinning on the rose at the end to put the petals on, make it square. I did it all just with the hammer, the edge of the anvil, and I just did it this way because I don't have one of those tools that pounds it down to an 1/8 inch. Like the person I seen doing it on YouTube. Got the forge going. I'm going to shut that off because I think we're down to the last little bit here. Let's see. I gotta make the one piece there yet, but I got the 3 petals. Punch square holes in them. They're going to go on to the tinning on the stem here. It's not quite in focus, but I gotta probably file it up a little bit. I might have to do a little pounding on the stem there to make it look more realistic on the bottom. I gotta have a little notch there though for the pedals to catch on when you pound them onto the tin, and then you pound it down like a rivet. And I took a filed on the tin in some, tried to get a little edge on the bottom where it meets onto the stem. Where it goes onto the rose petals. And then I got this little piece that goes on first. I gotta still punch the whole square in it. I just have a little punch that square that goes tapered to a peak. It's in my little punch set down that I keep down there. And I'll pound it square like the other ones, and then this piece gets rounded and put on first. And I use this punch right here. Just bought these cheap at Harbor Freight, since I haven't really made any of my own tools yet. But I'll get to that. I wanted to make a few things, you know, and I wanted to try to get this one done by Christmas anyway. So that's a square, as you can see it. Doesn't want to really. There we go. A little point on it. It's square. Then just set that there. Okay, then I had the flat piece, and I brought it over here to this little stump. Used the ball peen hammer, pounded it down like this. The one I seen somebody else make, they pounded theirs a little more, but then they had to bend it back this way when they were putting the pedals on. So I'm thinking if I just bended it this far to start with, I should be good. I tried to put, this thing had a nicer looking side and a side that wasn't quite as nice. It was still smooth, it just the black that was on the metal doesn't look the same. It looked really nice on this side, so I put this side. So it's going to go down like this on the stem. I'm going to put the stem in the vise. Squeeze through here. A little vise set up right here. This is where I took the file. I had put a vertical in the vise, and I did a little bit, but then I just held it here horizontal like that, and I filed this down a little bit to get a nice square edge towards the bottom for the pedals to sit on. And then I'm going to put this in. Put this in here, tighten her down, and start assembling the pedal pieces. Put it on there. You're going to have to get like a socket or a piece of pipe or something that, you know, not too big around there, but you can put on like a deep well socket maybe. I'm thinking of putting on it to pound it down to get it to the bottom. Right now I don't have a stand for the phone, so I'm doing all this free-handed. So I can't have a hard time filming what I'm doing. Maybe I'll try to set the camera up to get it and put it on this over here or something, and see if I can keep the camera where I can see what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to see if we can pound the little pistol piece. I'm using a This is 11 or 13 millimeter socket, but I think you could go with a smaller one diameter, but I'm gonna just see how it goes. Oh, yeah, that's right. The vise doesn't seem to hold it the best. A better vise would work better, I'm sure. It's holding a little better now. See what I mean about you didn't want to put them pistol pedals all the way down because you're going to end up hitting the vise if you do. I'm going to raise her up a little bit. See if we can get her on there all the way. I guess it's a little bouncy over here. Seems to be pounding down on it, but I think I need maybe a skinnier sock. There, I got the pistol pounded on. And now I'm going to start working on putting on some rose petals. I have those over here. So brought them here just to show it on camera. I'm going to need the biggest one first. That one's going to go that way. Okay, the kit came with 2 more blanks. So I decided to add, there's one of them added on. And then I got one more. That's the bud. I'm gonna take it and pound it. Pound it with this. It makes it look like a rose petal. Like I said, if I had the telephone stand, I'd stand it and show you. But I'll pound that out. I'll round it out on the... So then I use the peen on this, go around and hit them all the way from there, kind of on an angle. Just keep staying in one spot and go around and do them. Then you bend it in a little by hand so they're on overlapping the right way. And then I bring them over to this little partial stump here that I got. I got it up on the stairs so it's more the right height for me to work. So I'll get that done. I'll round it up. I'm going to put it over here on the rose. It's coming out nice. Now I did square them other things out. These ones came with pre-drill round holes. I think I'm leaving them round because they'll go down on the square, that tin and that's there, and hold it nice and tight better than if I square them out like I did with the first pieces. And then when we pound that down to make it a rivet, she should hold really nice. Now I got the last paddle on there ready to be pounded down. I'm not sure, I might have to leave one of these. So I got them overlapping all like to the right hand side. I might have to leave one that isn't overlapped, so you can bend that one in first and then the rest bend around it. So I may have to get one of these so it's the other way. I gotta go check on it and see if I'm doing it right. Otherwise I think I'm doing pretty good. Don't show all the stem goes all the way down. Looks like I'm getting there though. This is my first try, first one. Yes, I need to leave one of these so it's not overlapping. So you can pull it in, twist it in, and then you do the rest all around them. Okay, I'm starting to twist in the little rosebud in the middle. I gotta bend the leaves out a little on the top to curve them a little bit, but so far so good. Pounding the tenon down. I know, bent it a little bit, but I don't want to bend it too much and break it off. I'm going to let this cool down for a little bit, then we'll work on it again. I've been using this. I don't have a acetylene torch or anything, so I've just been using this matte gas torch. Hopefully it's not too hot. Hopefully it does the trick. There, I got a couple of the petals bent in. I think that's 2 of them so far. There's 3 more to go. I think it's looking pretty nice, I guess. Got some kind of glare coming in the window. I wanted to show where the stem. The stem is. Now I got 1 more row of petals bent around, so I got 2 left to bend around. Then you go around and you kind of bend each one of them back a little bit to make it look even more realistic than it is. Oh, don't want to waste it. Okay, I had a little mishap and I broke the top off of the stem where it went together. I should have left the part that holds it together there to a little thicker, but I reused the same stem, just went down. I had a little extra on it that was still on the thick end, so I pounded it back on. I took all the pedals apart. Put them on the stem. And then I got it back to about where I was before. Then I got a little farther on the progress. One more set of pedals around. There I have all the pedals bent up. Now I just got to, on the pedals, is twist them out a little bit. But right now I'm letting it cool down before I do that. I don't want it, because I went all the way around, it's getting pretty hot. I don't want the top breaking off. But we're getting there. It's getting closer. Okay, I got the outside set of pedals, heated them up, bent them out on the tops. I used just this because this is all I got that seemed to work the best. I tried the one like this, it doesn't work so good. One like this, if it had a rounded back on one side to help you when you grabbed on to curl it down. But other than that, it seemed to work fine anyway, just the way it is. Then I still got all the rest to do, but I started there and we'll go from there. Now I got all the pedals bent out. There we go. Stand, blocking the light a little bit. I don't know if I need to bend some of the outside ones out some more. I wanted to get the middle one bent over, but I don't want to end up screwing nothing up. I don't know if I can bend it. So I guess I might have to just stay as is. But I think it's looking pretty good. Said I might have to bend some of these outside ones a little more just to give them some more lifelike look to it. Guessing the inside looks pretty good. I touched it up a little bit more. I bent some of the outside ones out a little more. Tried to give it a more lifelike look. Okay, I heated up the petals of the rose. I heated the pistil up and bent it down. Heated up the rose, brushed it with a wire brush. It's a little dark in here, so it's kind of hard to see. Oh, it lightens it up on the edges. I bent this stem a little bit. I'm not sure if I really want it bent much. I kind of just like the straighter look instead of bending it right over, which would be fine depending on the situation you want to use it in. And all I got to do is go get some wax, heat it up, put the wax on it to make it like corrosion proof. Okay, we're heating it up to take the brass brush there and brush it up a little bit more on the outside. I already did some of the inside. Heating it up till it gets like a dull rosy red. Probably going to take a little bit. See how it's turning red. Then we're going to take this brush and switch hands here. Trying to do this all freehand. Woo. Alright, I'm going to have to do the back side of it. I'm going to have to hang on to the bottom of the stem, so I'll have to quit recording for 1 second. I'm going to heat it up nice and do a dull glow again. This time I'm going to do the whole stem and flower and everything. And then I'm going to go let it cool down just a little bit so it turns black, and then you want it to like steam when you're putting the wax on. We'll use some natural min wax. Take me a few minutes to heat this up here. All I used for this was a torch that has MAP gas on it. I don't have an oxyacetylene yet or anything like that, so I'm seeing this torch seems to be working just fine for what I'm doing. I did want to bronze on like a thorn, or braze on like a thorn, and maybe some leaves, but I'm going to have to get some practice before I do that. So this one's going to be thornless and leaveless. I can add stuff later though, if I need to. It's starting to get a little rosy red. Turn this light out. See the redness. Those little pistols, they heat up quick. They'll get red fast. call that good, and we'll go dip it in to the wax. There, I dipped it in piece finishing wax. It's natural from Minwax. Brushed it with a little brush. It's a little dark in here because the lights aren't on. And all I have to do is wipe it off when it cools. Okay, I waxed it. The wax is drying some. Didn't turn the light on some more. See, it's still wet all in the middle. But that'll dry. And then I just wipe off the excess. I already wiped off the stem. But I'm waiting for this to get cooler. Looks like it's starting to dry now.